Hi, I'm Jen Joy, Regional Ombudsman Coordinator for South St. Louis County, also Jefferson County. I want to talk about a resident, Alan, that contacted Voice. He contacted me in October of 2022, which started my 6-month involvement with this resident.
I went into the place for physical therapy. And they lost track of me, and they put me down as a resident instead of a physical therapy.
Alan is a resident that went into the nursing home for rehab services, and rehab is typically only a few weeks. So he was transferred from rehab over to long-term care, and the reality is that he spent over a year's time in this nursing home.
And after so long, I wasn't going nowhere. So I asked if I could, leave. And somebody gave me the Voice name, and I called that, and I talked to Jen, and she was very good. She helped me out, and she made a call to the social service and started this thing going.
So Alan called and let me know that he wanted to leave the facility that he was in, that he didn't belong there, and he had a home to go home to.
And, Jen would call the social service up, and she just didn't think that I was going to be okay by myself. And it just didn't, I just couldn't go nowhere. I just couldn't go.
So fast forward a little bit, Alan gives me a call at the end of March, and just said, I think just at this point he was fed up, that he felt like he kept getting pushed off, that the spring was never coming, and that there was no plan in place. So he asked me to work with the staff there at the facility, his doctor, and kind of come up with a plan. So that's what I did. I did a conference call then and there with nursing staff, the administrator, the social workers, and asked, what were they putting in place? What was the plan? And at that point, there really wasn't one. So I think, part of this process was just continuing to follow up to make sure that some sort of progress was happening. We worked out, who was going to do what, and ensuring that there was a plan in place. So I'm going to say that from the day of that conference call with all of the staff and kind of pinpointing what needed to be put in place, it was within a matter of days Alan was discharged home. And it was just such a success because it had been, like I had said, 6 months in the making to get him to that point. And I actually received a call from Alan 2 weeks after his discharge, where he called to just let me know that he was in his home. He was, looking out at the lake behind him, watching the boats sail by, and just thanked me for our services and just to continue to follow up to make sure that something was done to help him, get home. So the reality is that we get calls like these on a daily basis, and it's not always the same happy outcome.
Like, she helped me out tremendously. And without her help, I still would be in that place.